Hey guys, cool background, right? Actually, I'm in an office where my dad lives, and this room is such a mess. So I figured I'd make some fancy background, and I have to read my script. So my eyes aren't going to be directly looking at you; they'll be looking down a little bit. But I mean this with all of my heart. I just wanted to tell you how much I miss you, and the days are coming closer that I should be heading back to Illinois. I'm not sure if my dad's coming with me, but I'm praying that whatever the future holds, he'll be safe. And that's the most important thing. And I'm looking out this window now, and it's probably 3 feet of snow. We're snowed in and just staying home tonight. My dog is barking in the background. Everybody's a little bored, but hey, life is good, right? So anyway, the other night I had this like reoccurring dream. I had it like 3 times. I woke up, I dreamt about teaching you guys about when disaster strikes, and then I went back to sleep, and I woke up, I dreamt it again, and I acknowledged it. I went back to sleep, and the third time I'm like, okay, I got to write this down because clearly there's a reason why I keep dreaming this. So I wrote it down, and I think God is trying to tell me that there's somebody in this room tonight that needs to hear this message. I know that some of you are struggling. I've talked with some of you over the phone or texted with you over the last couple of weeks, and some of you are dealing with some really, really big stuff. And I'm so sad. It makes me sad to know that you're anxious or hurting or fearful or confused about life right now. And I get it. I can relate. I mean, I never would have thought that I would walk away from my life for 2 months and trudge across the country to California to take care of my dad. I miss my family. I miss my home. I miss my routine. I miss you guys. And the truth is, I think we all kind of take for granted the comforts of home. While our disasters may be different, they still require us to go through some pretty hard times. And I think that God just wants me to remind you guys tonight that you are not alone. In fact, some of you have heard me preach on this scripture verse on mission trips and times in the past. And it comes from James 1:2-4. It's my favorite scripture verse of all time. It says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking in anything." And I know what you're thinking, like, what kind of God is going to ask me to consider it pure joy when I'm going through something so hard? I don't know how to find joy when I'm anxious, abandoned, hurting, worried, fearful. Like, I'm simply lost. How do I find joy in that, right? I totally get it. I really struggled with this verse for a long time, especially after we lost our son, Jonathan. And I think that people gave that verse to me at the time as a reminder of hope, but because I was going through something so difficult, I didn't have the capacity to like let it enter my heart and really understand it. And it's been 25 years since that happened, and it was one of the most difficult things I've ever experienced. But I can say now that I get that verse. And the reason that I get that verse is because I have grown from that experience, and I've gone through other difficult times since then, and I've been able to reach out to God in different ways and have a different understanding of God, who God is. And that has strengthened my faith. That tragedy, that disaster made me a different person, and it made me more faithful in knowing that God has not left me or abandoned me when I go through hard times, and he has not abandoned you either. So I want to leave you with 3 little things tonight that I want you to think about. And the first one is, God is saying, when troubles come, it's not if. You will go through difficult times. Some of you are going through a personal disaster as we speak, and I'm so sorry for that. Or maybe you went through one recently, but the truth is these disasters, they teach us about who we are and the areas that we need growth in. We just can't always see it when we're going through it. Remember when I told you when I was 18 years old, I left home? I don't recommend that to anybody. I mean, the truth is at 18, I thought I knew what was best for me. And the road that I chose was filled with financial struggle. It was filled with loneliness, fear, anxiety. I mean, it was awful. And today I can look back on that time and be thankful for how much I grew through it. And even more important, I learned that God did not do that to me. He did not give me a terrible life that I had to run away from. It was just my circumstances. And the way God works is he comes through the other side, through people, through music, through different things in our lives that speak to us, that reinstate that peace and joy. And that can happen for you too. So I want to offer these simple reminders. Okay. But first I want to say, I'm not a big fan of those saying that God only gives you what you can handle. I've said this a lot, and everything happens for a reason. I mean, those to me, people try to use those things when you're going through hard times. And if you hear them, just kind of listen and move on, because God is not doing this to you. I promise you, this is a God of love. This is a God who cares about each of you. This is a God who does not want you to go through hard times, but we are human and we live in a world that has difficult things that go on. And God comes the other direction and tries to reinstore that faith. He's not doing this to you to make you learn something or to make you grow. Things just happen and you do grow from them. But I just want to remind you that the God that I believe in does not do bad things to people to try to like help them wake up or something. Anyway, I want to remind you of these three things. The first thing is, this is temporary. Whatever you're going through right now, it will pass. You're going to come out the other side of this struggle only to be met with another struggle down the line. And you will have grown from the first experience to know who you can depend on, know who you can call on, know what is comforting to you, and know that you made it through and you did okay, right? At your age, be patient with yourself. You've got a lot of room to grow, guys. I promise you that. And secondly, this is the time to lean into your faith. I mean, what does that even look like? Well, it starts by showing up here, and you did that tonight. So that's a great step in the right direction. Plus, I'm sure all the leaders appreciate you guys being here because they love you. But when you are here, this is a safe place. This is a place where you can talk about the scriptures, you can pore over them, you can try to see where God is leading you and guiding you, and ask questions, share your frustrations, your anger, whatever that looks like. It's a safe place to do that. And that is what I mean by leaning into your faith. Third, I want to leave you with this reminder, is to connect with your community. This is your tribe. These are your people. Look around this room, guys. This is it. This is how God draws near to you, through one another. I mean, it's really, really hard for us to believe in a God that we can't see or touch or feel. I get that. But guess what? Boop, boop, touch that person next to you. They are real and they are sitting next to you, and they are a source of comfort and hope to you if you allow it. And that's the thing. I think you and I are surrounded by awesome leaders. We have people in our lives that care about us. We have friends, we have family. We just have to be willing to reach out and say, hey, I need help. I'm not okay. I need somebody. Whatever you're going through right now, it will pass. You are not alone. And you are surrounded by community. You are loved by a God who wants only the best for you. Your leaders are here tonight, and they would help you without a second thought. And I am just a phone call away. If you need to call or text or whatever, I'm right here. And I hope that you're willing to be open and honest about the struggles that you have faced in your life or what you're going through right now in your small groups tonight. But know that I'll be praying for you, and that if you need anything, we're all here. I hope you guys enjoy your small groups tonight. I love you and miss you a ton, and I will see you very soon. Bye.